also president of Institution Innovation Cell, IIC. I would like to thank Dr. Ilyas sir, head of the department, ECE branch, vice president of Southern College of Engineering and Technology, IIC. I would like to thank our preparatory department HOD sir, Muhammad Amer Ali Khan sir, for giving me this opportunity to conduct this webinar today. I would like to thank Madam Thakur Priyanka from ECE department. She is the assistant professor from ECE department and also the member of Southern College of Engineering and Technology, Institution Innovation Cell, IIC. I would like to thank our convener of Southern College of Engineering and Technology, IIC, Dr. Naseeb Khan sir, HOD, Mechanical Department. With all thanks to everyone, that I'm going to start today's webinar on the workshop on an entrepreneurship innovation as a career opportunity. With this, that I'm going to start now today's webinar. Now, the main objectives of this webinar are entrepreneurship, definition of entrepreneurship, concept of entrepreneurship, the entrepreneurial process, importance of entrepreneurship, types of entrepreneurs, and functions of an entrepreneur. All this falls under the entrepreneurship. Now, coming under innovation, the objectives of innovation are definition of innovation, types of innovation, innovation models, and the importance of innovation in obtaining the opportunity. The career opportunity is based on the entrepreneurship and innovation. Hence, the career opportunity objectives are as follows: introduction to business, entrepreneurship and small business management, becoming an entrepreneur, characteristics of entrepreneur, source for entrepreneur for new business startups, opportunities and risks, small business basics, career opportunities with small business, advantages with small business, common reasons for small business failure, starting of small business, importance of team approach, and what is a business plan actually, and how many elements are there in a business plan that we have to follow, and what are the steps involved in developing the business plan, and the strategy alternatives in a business plan. And apart from that, financing the small business, and also coming up with this are the types of sources of financing the small business. So all these are the objectives that we come across under our study for our career opportunity. Now, let us start with the entrepreneurship. What is the basic definition of entrepreneurship is what we are going to discuss first. The entrepreneurship is defined as the process of designing, launching, and running a new business, which is often similar to a small business or startup. We can call the small business started by entrepreneur as a startup also. Now, this entrepreneurship can also be described as the capability and willingness to develop, organize, and manage a business venture along with any of its risks to make a profit. So whatever the business that we take up, so it has to be first developed. Later, once it's been developed, we have to organize properly and then have to manage the business venture. So all these three things will come right with the business, and apart from this, that we have to face certain risks that are involved with the business while we make a profit, right? So the principle behind this startup of a small business or a small business is done by an entrepreneur. So basically, the entrepreneur is a creator who is going to undertake a risk so that he can able to develop, organize and manage a business venture. So that person is called as an entrepreneur, and the process of creation of such business, small business or startup, is called an entrepreneurship, right? So this is how we have to understand the definition of an entrepreneurship. Now coming to the concept of entrepreneurship, the basic concept of entrepreneurship is based on the creation of or extraction of value. So we want to obtain a business design so that we can able to create a product, or you can able to market the product once it's been developed, so that we can have a better value of that product. So all this comes with the entrepreneurship. The concept, as I told you, is based on the process of designing, launching and running a small business or startup. So that's the concept of entrepreneurship, for which what we require is we have to undergo the risk, hence risk tolerance. We must be assertive and also should have certain leadership qualities with them so that we can manage the people around with us in our business venture as a team leader. So all this will come under the concept of entrepreneurship. To think newer, better and more economical ideas of the business organization and management. All these are coming under the qualities of a business leaders, right? So those business leaders are falling under innovative entrepreneurs. Now the second entrepreneurs are imitating entrepreneurs are imitative nature. That means the nature of these entrepreneurs are imitative. That is, they imitate innovative entrepreneurs so that the environment in which they operate does not permit them to have a creative and innovative ideas on their own. Why they have to imitate? Because the environment in which these entrepreneurs are working will not permit them to have a creative and innovative idea. That is the reason they are becoming the imitative entrepreneurs. The third type of entrepreneurs are Fabian entrepreneurs. That means a person seeking victory by delay rather than by a decisive battle. That means they are not going to initiate or visualization, or they cannot implement the new ideas on their own, like innovative entrepreneurs, unless there is some development taking place in the organization in which they work, so that it can, they can be motivated by that, or if at all there is a danger with their very own existing in the organization, at that moment only these entrepreneurs will act. But before that, they are not going to take any decisive role in the development of business. So such entrepreneurs are called as Fabian entrepreneurs. Now coming to the drone entrepreneurs, what is a drone? Drone is a person who lives on the labor of others. So drone entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs who are going to work based on the labor done by other entrepreneurs, but not at the cost of their own hard work. So those entrepreneurs are called as drone entrepreneurs. Coming to the social entrepreneur, now certain entrepreneurs are there who dedicate their work only for social innovation, so that they can able to transform various fields, including education, health, human rights, workers' rights, environment, and enterprise development. So these entrepreneurs are going to come under social entrepreneur. Now coming to the definitions of innovation, assumption of risk that they involve. So what actually the functions of entrepreneur are? Innovate. First thing is that they have to come up with a new idea. An entrepreneur is basically an innovator who tries to develop new technology, products, markets, etc. And they have to go with the research also. Right? An entrepreneur will be having a practical dreamer. An entrepreneur is a practical dreamer and does a lot of groundwork before taking a leap in his venture, because he has to study a lot before he come up with a new venture. This he has to learn certain things in various fields so that it can be advantageous for his own business venture. So that is what comes under research. So he must be a good research. He must do a research work. And also he has to develop his own management skills. So what the entrepreneurs will do? Entrepreneurs will be having certain managerial skills so that they get further strengthened when they engage himself, when he engage himself in the establishing equilibrium between the organization and its environment. So whatever the environment that he is living until then, he is now going to come up with a new organization as an entrepreneur, for which he has to get adjusted with the existing environment. So there he has to come up with his talent regarding his management skills. Or if at all he can able to develop his management skills, then he can able to sustain and can able to establish this equilibrium between the organization and its environment. So the work of an entrepreneur is going to involve the use of managerial skills which he develops while planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, and coordinating the activities of the business. So all these are the skills that an entrepreneur have to attain by means of entrepreneurship, being an entrepreneur. Apart from this, certain things are there that the public will not able to accept. Any change in the environment is certainly opposed by the public, because the public also has to change themselves, their attitude with the new environment, along with the new environment, for which the public will not accept. Means we have to overcome this resistance to change from the public also, right? So when the idea is going to get implemented for the successful implementation of this idea, then what the entrepreneur has to make? The entrepreneur has to make the ideas available to others and have to explain the benefits. Have to explain the benefits of the idea that he has come up with, so that he can overcome the resistance of the public to certain changes in the environment. Now, the last but not the least is the catalyst of economic development. Now, the entrepreneur is going to play an important role in accelerating the pace of economic development of the country by discovering new uses of available resources as well as maximizing their utilization. Right? So, like this, he is going to become a catalyst in the economic development of the country. Now, coming to the innovation. What actually the innovation is? By definition, innovation is the creation, development, and implementation of a new product, process, or service with the aim of improving efficiency, effectiveness, or competitive advantage. So this is the innovation that we have to come, and development is what actually we require. Wherever you try to come up with an idea, an innovative idea, so that you can create a new product or a process or a service, render service to the public, so that they can able to improve their efficiency in their day-to-day life with effectiveness as well as with competitive spirit. So that is what the innovation is all about. This the innovation are of the following types. Mainly four types of innovation that we can see. The first one being the incremental innovation, in which this incremental refers to a series of small improvements made to a company's existing products or services. Right? Here we come across an incremental innovation. The second one is disruptive innovation. In this case of disruptive innovation, these innovations and technologies that are made for expensive products and services so that they are accessible as well as affordable to a broader market. So in order to get these products affordable, which are very expensive also in the broader market, then we come across disruptive innovation also. Right? We have to study this type of innovation. Now, architectural innovation is the third one, in which the innovation of an architecture of any product is going to change the way the various components of the systems that are linked to relate to each other. So whatever the links are there in the open market regarding the product, that's what we are going to venture from our business point of view. That particular product is to be such that it must be able to come up with the expectations and also has to overcome various changes that take place in the system itself with the adventure of such a product, and we have to relate this particular product with the other products as well in the open market. So for which we have to architect the product. That is coming under architectural innovation. Now what about the radical innovation? Radical innovation is that which destroys or supplements an existing business model, because we want to come up with a new idea. Means there is a change in the idea, suppose an innovative idea which we want to come up with. That means the product what you are going to design also shall be unique, that is not existing until now in the open market. So that the change is such that it is going to destroy or is going to supplement the existing business models also. That is coming under radical innovation. Now, what are the innovation models? We shall get into the innovation models. The first one being the employee innovation, in which this innovation happens when everyone in our company or the team is going to work with a focus to create something new, so that they can able to develop something they are proud of, show evidence of how they impose and these limitations of himself, so that he can come up with a new development. So that is what the competitor innovation is all about, so that he can compete in the open market. Public innovation. Innovation should be a core activity of the public sector. It helps public services to improve performance and increase public value that respond to the expectations of citizens and adapt to the needs of users. So all these are the features of public innovation. What the importance of innovation? Innovation is going to help to gain more consumers and grab a bigger share of the market. That is the importance of innovation. Now coming to the career opportunities. The career opportunity is based on the introduction that we come up with the business, right? So, what type of business that we have to come up with? A small business, naturally, we have to start with a small business. Now, this small business that we get started with is having a certain characteristics. So, we have to follow certain things coming up with a business. So, what is the business? So, anything we want to come means we have to understand of the business, the customer needs. What are the needs of the customers that we have to understand? We have to provide unique services to our customers, and the businesses that what they are going to start are called as startup businesses. Usually, small businesses which we are going to get started up, and this startup or the small business are able to provide more personalized products and services to their customers. Right? So, in this way, first we have to understand what the advantages of the small businesses are. Based on that, we are going to consider setting up a small business or a startup. And we have got to become an entrepreneur. Right? The next one is why to start the business, we have to become an entrepreneur. For being an entrepreneur, first of all, we have to understand what the characteristics of a successful entrepreneurs are. So many entrepreneurs are there who have already started a successful business. Now, what the characteristics of these entrepreneurs are? That is what first we have to identify in order to become an entrepreneur. And also, we have to recognize the importance of entrepreneurship in the economy, as well as we have to describe the opportunities and the risks of entrepreneurship. So, what the key in terms of entrepreneur or entrepreneurship venture? Capital innovation improvement. And the characteristics of entrepreneurs should does that they have to desire to be their own boss. Right? The entrepreneur must desire that he must be his own boss. No one should be there apart from his own. So he is the boss of himself. Like that he has to think. And special skills and abilities that he has to imbibe himself, so that he can become a good entrepreneur. Now, what are the entrepreneurship and all those that we have studied, but based on the characteristics of the entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, that we can able to start a business. Now, the following are the characteristics of successful entrepreneurs. The first one being the self-confidence and passion, motivation, product knowledge, ability to network, optimism, vision, goal mindset, risk-taking, creativity, persuasiveness, decision-making, tenacity, money management, and adaptability. These are some of the important characteristics. But apart from this, that so many characteristics are also there for becoming a successful entrepreneurs. Strong integrity, personal initiative, ability to secure resources, capability to learn from failure, and also willingness to work hard. All these are the characteristics of becoming a successful entrepreneur. Also, personal characteristics of the most successful entrepreneurs are persistence, inquisitiveness, self-confidence, creativity, etc. All these are the characteristics of a successful entrepreneurs. Now, coming to the sources of financing business. Now, what are the sources of financing business? Now, we shall take up the first one being the personal investment. So, an amount of money that is invested is something by a person rather than by a company or organization, or these investments as a whole is called as personal investment. So, investing amount of money from your personal resources, but not from any other organization. that is what the personal investment is. Coming to venture capital, now this venture capital is a form of private equity and a type of financing that investors provide to startup companies and small businesses that are believed to have a long-term growth potential, which comes from well-off investors, right? Those who are having very good amount of money with them. Those persons we can call as well-off investors, that they are going to, they are willing to invest in such businesses, and also this capital that we can obtain from investment banks also, and any other financial institutions that we can come across that we can apply for the capital, so that we can start a finance we can start a business. Now the finance you can obtain with various sources of institutions, from various sources of institutions. We can call this as a venture capital. Coming to the business angels, the business angels are the individuals, often successful business people, who are using their own funds to invest in business. So whatever the business that they like, they are going to get interested in that business and want to invest their money. So such investors, we can call them as business angels. Coming to the fourth one is assistant of government. Now this assistant of government is going to be started up by NETI Ayog. Assistant of government is started by NETI Ayog in the year 2016. AIC is an innovative funding scheme to promote entrepreneurs by carrying their operational costs, which can be set up either public funded institutions or private funded institutions or private partnerships also. We can call this as PPP mode, public private partnership. So these are the sources that we can get the income and coming to the next source of business finance, commercial bank loan. Now, a commercial debt arrangement between a business such as a future one major capital expenditures so far covering operational costs the company may otherwise be able to afford. Company loan is a debt-based funding arrangement, right? Able to afford operational costs also, apart from through commercial bank loans. Now coming to the financial bootstrapping. What the financial bootstrapping is? Bootstrapping is only going to be to run a company. So we have to fund and run a company using only personal finance and operating revenue, that is coming under financing, bootstrapping. Now buyouts. A buyout is the acquisition of a non-performing interest in a company and is used synonymously with the term acquisition. Buyouts is nothing but acquisition. If the stock is bought by the firm's management, then it is known as the management buyout. And if high levels of debt are used for the buyout, then it is called as leveraged buyout. Now, these buyouts are often when a company is going private. Company is becoming a private company, then these buyouts will occur in the business. Now, what are the opportunities and risks? Apart from starting business, we have to be prepared for these opportunities. Apart from opportunities, anyone will be prepared for opportunities, but risks are also involved. Now we have to be prepared for the risks also that are coming on our way in going to start a business. The first one being that of the current business. This current business, what sort of the risks are there, and what sort of opportunities that we come across in the current business. All these are to be studied by the entrepreneur. So before deciding business or the startup involves the following goals. The goal one is to recognize the important factors to be considered when starting a business. The second goal is describing the elements of a business plan. And the third goal is to identify the types and sources of financing for a small business. Now the startup financing, short-term financing, long-term financing are the types of financing for a small business that we come. Ideas, visions, success, plan, competition, marketing, all these are going to come up with the startup business of starting a small business. That we have to plan wisely so that our small business or the startup becomes successful. Now, importance of team approach. So whenever we come across to start a business, a team approach is must. What is a team approach? A team approach always allows employees to feel valued, motivated, to take personal responsibility for the benefit of the business. And also, the owners cannot expect to be able to do everything alone. That's the reason we require team. Now, this team approach method is based on building a team, while we allow the business to increase its productivity and ultimately the profits that we earn through the team approach. So that is the importance of team approach. What is the business plan? The business plan is a written description of the business idea and how it will be carried out, including all major business activities. So major business activities are shown that we are going to carry out, and we have to plan accordingly in order to venture our small business or startup. Now, what are the elements of a business plan or startup? These are the elements of business plan or a startup. The first one being the description of the business. So what sort of business that we are going to start? The business idea is must. For starting a business, the business idea must. Later, we have got the major products and services. The ownership structure we have to design. And we have to study the strengths and weaknesses of other businesses. And also long-term and short-term goals also that what we have to reach through our business. All this. Apart from this, a description of competition is there, the characteristics of the industry, condition of the economy, strengths and weaknesses of major competitors are to be studied. And a customer analysis also forms an element of a business plan. Description of customers, location, number, and resources of customers, and a sales forecast. Along with the customer analysis, we come across sales forecast also. Later comes the next element being the operations plan. The organization of the company, the description of major operations of the company, analyzing the resources that we need in order to and sustain the business, and also human resource plans. Human resource plans comes under operations plan E. Next, marketing plan. The marketing plan is such that we have to describe the major marketing activities. Apart from the marketing plan, what are the marketing activities are? So we have to describe them properly. And also, we have to describe the resources that we need in the market, and what are the schedules of marketing activities. How actually we get along with these activities that involve market, that involve the open market. So what the schedule, the timetable for these marketing activities are. So under what schedule market activity is to be performed, a certain market activity is to be performed. So based on that, we have to schedule ourselves. And this also comes under marketing plan only. Now, last but not the least is financial plans. The financial plans are startup costs. Before we start up or before we start a small business, so how much capital cost is involved? Capital is involved. How much capital is involved? That comes under startup costs, short and long-term financial needs. So while we design the financial needs, whether we are going to design the financial need for a short-term plan of the business or for its long-term plan. So accordingly, we have to design the financial needs also. Now, from where we are going to obtain this finance, right? So sources of financing, also comes under financial plans. Later, budgets and also financial statements also to be prepared accordingly under financial plans. Now, what are the steps that are going to be involved? Following are the steps in developing the business plan. Right? Now, these are the steps. A plan that we have got it and we discussed about the various plans, right, under the elements of business, various plans that we have discussed. What are the steps that are involved in developing the business plan is what we are going to discuss now. That rather, as shown there, that the gather and we have to review the information. We have to gather the information as well as we have to review the information also, right? And the second aspect of the step is develop the strategic alternative. Wherever possible, alternatives are there. Those strategic alternatives we have to develop. So each and every strategic alternative is based on the environment or the changing market trends. So we have to actually plan it out in such a manner that we come up with a renewed strategic alternative for the business. So that is the strategic alternatives that we have got, and we have to write the plan also. A business plan must be written. It is not orally told, but only written, only in written form. So the plan must be in writing. So that is what we have to take a step so that our business can be developed. And also we have to ask an expert to review the plan. Once we chalk out the plan of our business, then we have to ask this particular the expert. An expert shall be there. In every business field, an expert shall be there. You have to approach an expert so that the expert can give you an idea whether this particular plan is can be carried out or any other the alternatives are to be talked out or any modifications to be done in the business plan. All those things an expert can give you a very good advice. So we have to approach an expert also so that we can able to review the plan. Right? So what are the strategic alternatives in a business plan? Now, under the strategic alternatives in a business plan, we have to understand a checkpoint is the one very, very important. We have to understand the things and we have to record in our mind. What are the strategic alternatives in a business plan? The first one is strategic alternatives are the alternative plans for production, staffing, financing, and so on. So all this comes under strategic alternative. Now the second aspect of the strategic alternative in business plan is even the best business plan cannot predict every possible circumstance because circumstances will change along with time. Hence, even the best business plan cannot predict properly. 10% prediction is not possible even with the best business planner. That's the reason we have to keep always this in mind and then accordingly sort out the things or sort out the plan. Approaching a strategic alternative method. Now, the third one is an alternative plan allows a business to be prepared for the unforeseeable. Right? In future, what is going to happen?
Sir, sorry to interrupt you, sir, but we are lacking time, sir. Sir, can you
Yes, madam.
speed
I'm
up
going
or?
to. Uh, yes, madam. I'm going to complete it. Thank you
Okay,
so
sir.
much.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Now, last but not the least is financing the small business. These are the business financing, the sources of finance for the small business. So the first one, the startup financing. Second, short-term financing. The third one is long-term financing. And the sources of financing, owner supplied funds and borrowed funds. In addition to this, owner supplied funds or capital, sometimes we require to borrow the money also from other banks, finance companies or other individuals, such as friends and family also, so that we can finance our business. And sometimes even the suppliers may also be willing to extend the credit for our successful small business venture, right? So with this, I am going to conclude for today. Conclusions are: entrepreneurs, authors become the seeds of industrial development, and the fruits of this industrial development are greater employment opportunity to unemployed youth, increase in per capita income, higher standard of living, and increased individual saving. Revenue to the government in the form of income tax, sales tax, export duties, import duties, and balanced regional development. And also, with these advantages of becoming an entrepreneur, so in any major or minor business venture, now the success is based on the way we understand the ever-changing trends in the sphere of market, like by studying the recent marketing trends, willingness to take financial risks, and pursuing the business organization persistently, even under odd circumstances, we can come up with the new innovations based on advanced business trends, so that we can able to sustain ourselves in business field and also can able to develop our own startup or small business. Hence, with this, I am going to request everyone, those who are listening to me, to continue taking up any type of business with the help of this particular topic that I have taken up for today's workshop, that is entrepreneurship and innovation as career opportunity for the development of our country. With this, I am going to conclude for today. Once again, I'll thank all the dignitaries and organizing committee members, and also our host, Madam Thakur Priyanka Madam from EC department for giving me this opportunity for
Thank you,
conducting
sir.
this webinar. Along with this, I am grateful to our HOD sir, Secretary Department, Muhammad Amir Ali Khan sir, for giving me this opportunity to conduct this workshop. With this, I thank you one and all. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank